Yeah, well, I probably was slightly blurry-eyed because I'd taken a very circuitous route. I've been in Los Angeles for a year and a half, trying to make some records, doing some acting coaches classes, and it was quite a difficult time for me and my career. I was kind of sort of structuring everything, and to save money, I took this amazing circuitous route back to England, which involved the Red Eye Special, which is an overnight trip from LA to New York. A day in New York drinking with some nefarious friends, then a plane, charter plane to Belgium, then train, ferry, bus, whatever, back to England. And it was the most torturous journey I think I'd ever made. You don't know how easy it is these days with all these cheap flights, I tell you. And the next day, the Rolling Stones were playing at Knebworth. So I thought, well, it seems maybe I should go to that, then I'll see everyone. I hadn't seen anyone for a long, long time. I hadn't seen my brother, the band. So I drove up to Knebworth with a friend of mine and an old girlfriend and arrived, and it was a big hubbub. And I remember like crowds and crowds and crowds of people. And in those days, perhaps the passes situation wasn't organised. So you just said who you were. Excuse me, I am X, Y, Z. And so I kind of got in without any tickets and everything. And I remember it was a really good show. I don't know if the Stones have been playing that much because they were the intermittent, the gigs they did at that time. And I remember the show, and then there was a very good after-show party hosted by the family in their grand rooms. And there were lots of luminaries there, including Jack Nicholson, because I was been studying a little bit with Stella Adler, who was a famous Los Angeles coach that he probably studied with Marlon Brando. I remember chatting to him, and then I believe he took on this old girlfriend of mine, whether it was a good thing or not, I don't know. I'd have to ask Jack. I don't think I've seen him since. And then I thought, well, they have all these marvellous rooms that are reserved, kind of museum. Do you know what I'm talking about? In the house. And so, now who showed me around? The young guy, young chap, Lord?
Would have been Henry, probably.
Henry. He arranged a party of us to go round. So we walked round, obviously slightly in a after shows, slightly alcoholic, sort of blurry state, looking at these kind of worthy artifacts. And he had things like Lord Byron's pen or something, you know, there's some grand things. And so I turned to him and said, and I had a backstage pass, because I got backstage, and my brother said, you can't go around without having proper pass and everything. And I said, well, it's all right. And he said, no, you can't do that. Take my pass. Have my ticket, you know, little laminate thing. So I said, well, thank you very much. I said, well, then don't you need one? He said, oh. So I had his gold pass to go anywhere in Knebworth, you know. And so I turned to Henry. I said, would you like Mick Jagger's pass for Knebworth? You know, and this is before people collected artifacts for rock and roll. We used to make jokes about it, a museum of rock and roll. Believe me, I remember sitting around in it with friends, Isaac Tigert, who started the hard rock, and saying we could get the smelly shoes of George Harrison, and how much would they go for, and all this stuff. And of course, this is now a reality. So I offered him Mick Jagger's backstage pass, and he laughed at me. And he didn't see the connection between Lord Byron's pen and this pass, and I probably put it back in my pocket. And so, unfortunately, it's not on display.